Welcome to Stupid Motor Learning Tricks for Volleyball Coaching. I'm Mark Massey, and in video number 4, we're going to examine how various aspects of visual modeling impact learning. And we're going to start at the very beginning with babies. Babies, of course, have no language skills for quite a while, and yet they are learning furiously during this pre-language time period using the most basic form of visual modeling, trying to mimic the actions of those around them. We are all natural copycats, copying the actions of those more skilled than ourselves. This is a process we should use on purpose as coaches more often. When a younger athlete tries to copy the behaviors of an older or more experienced teammate, they are just following the most natural learning path we all possess, just as we did as babies, that of copycatting. One of the fastest ways to trigger rapid learning is to provide specific opportunities for younger players to emulate the actions of others, both in training and in competition. This is true whether our visual model is a skilled teammate or the member of a national team. Watching and then attempting to emulate the movements and results of highly skilled players is a powerful learning accelerator. Let's take a quick look at 6 specific sources we can use for visual modeling. Of course, using a more experienced teammate as a skill model is pretty much a no-brainer. The key question might be, however, is do most coaches have a systematic process in place for using even this most basic form of copycatting to improve learning speed in their gym? Sources like YouTube give us a very rich collection of skilled models to emulate. One coach I know requires his players to adopt a national team and to watch them online, both to foster engagement and to provide regular, higher-end conceptual visual modeling opportunities. Sometimes it's easy to overlook the fact that we can serve as our own models, replaying videos and then attempting to replicate ourselves being our best self as a player has the advantage of being a modeling technique that is very easy to implement in almost any gym. In the same way, because we can create almost endless mental movies with sight, sound, feeling, and a positive outcome, mental imagery is an easy to implement visual modeling tool with absolutely no cost. 2 other technologically based tools, feed-forward editing and immediate video feedback, are extremely powerful and deserve a closer look. Feedforward is a best self video technique based on the idea of capturing the individual parts of perfect execution and then assembling them somewhat like building blocks into a slideshow video, sort of a glimpse into the future of what an athlete would look like doing the entire skill correctly. While this example is clearly not volleyball, imagine a spike approach starting at point number 1, the takeoff at point number 2, the in-air leap and preparation to attack at point number 3, and the actual contact or post-contact at point number 4. Now it is video editing time. Although we see all 4 points in a single frame in this past example, the feed-forward editing we would shoot video of a player until we captured a good example of each of these 4 components at least once. We could then extract the critical frames and create a short 4-picture sequential video slideshow. In this technique, you can create a visual model for your athletes of them doing the entire skill perfectly using their best component actions, even though they may never have actually accomplished this yet. It's really like a personal future cast where they get to see themselves as they will be once they have linked all these component pieces together in real life. Best of all, it carries a little extra motivational oomph because they are watching themselves be perfect, not some legendary superstar. Now, immediate video feedback is also tech-driven, but much more immediate. The research in motor learning shows a consistently powerful impact on learning using this technique. When an athlete performs immediately, then watches the video on court and then has an opportunity to either repair or repeat the action, learning speeds skyrocket. It's pretty easy to imagine how simple it is for an athlete to viscerally connect with visual modeling feedback like this, when they can still physically sense and mentally picture the action which just happened a few seconds ago. So let's sum up what motor learning research teaches us here. Clearly, modeling is a powerful learning tool for athletes. No, not this kind of modeling, but this kind of modeling. Emulation, the I want to be like you attempt to visually copy a skilled performer, whether a teammate, expert, mentally, or even digitally created. And the most powerful form of visual modeling impact, immediate video feedback. Both research and common sense show us both why and how this technique is so effective. In my use of immediate video feedback, I have observed radical growth in performance with some players, compressing days or even weeks of normal training effect into mere minutes. I've spent 3 years now exploring various aspects of immediate video modeling using both teammates as models and athletes as their own models. I've also used this technique with both standard skill training as well as live game flow training performance with a few adaptations. I hope you've enjoyed looking at the impact motor learning can have on our volleyball training processes. If you want to learn more about how to integrate immediate video feedback into your gym, head on over to volleyballvideolightning.com right away.